Okay, hello everyone, hello to YouTubers, hello to all the Bleach fans watching this. This is my first review. It's going to suck. It's probably gonna suck, but I hope in the meantime, in future time, that I will be better in time. So, let's start. This is Bleach 530, Everything But Rain, Part 3. First, I'll start with very short the retelling of story, and then we'll flow through analysis. The story begins with Yashin arriving in real world, meeting with two Shinigamis who are speaking about the connection with Rain and the one who is killing Shinigamis. Ishin, of course, in his character, he jokes around with cheap toilet humor, like that he's come here to piss, that he has lost his way, but you know, that's just a cover-up. And in the same way, he tells the two Shinigamis to leave, that he'll like to piss alone, that he cannot piss unless if someone is watching him. Then the chapter switches to Ishida's mansion. Yay, after a very long time we see, well, some Ishida. It's Uryu or Ryuken, but if this is bad, it's gonna probably be Ryuken. It starts with Ryuken's mother, a whole new character, speaking with Masaki. Well, she's not a new character, but this is actually the first time we see the glimpses of her character. And it's a pretty light-hearted conversation about school, about how is Masaki doing in school. Well, it's like light-hearted until the Ryuken's mother asks about the holy training, which is interesting. And Masaki says, I'm just taking baby steps, I'm not progressing that much. Of course, Ryuken's mother goes berserk. He almost attacks Masaki, but the young Ryuken comes to calm her down, and the Ryuken's mother leaves. Afterwards, Ryuken apologizes to Masaki, and in the same manner she leaves, and the new character arrives. That's Katagiri. She's the maid in the Ishida's house. Ryuken gives her a speech about why is Masaki in their house, what's her purpose there, and how he feels about it. And that's where it ends the part with Ishida's mansion. Then again we jump again to Ishin, who is waiting for a culprit who is killing Shinigamis, and the rain starts. Those two Shinigamis that were supposed to leave, actually they were just in hiding, and they are killed first by someone. And that someone appears behind Ishin, and that someone is Ichigo. I mean the hollow in which Ichigo transforms when he's fighting Ulquiorra. The chapter ends with Ishin's surprising face and what the saying, and that's about it regarding the chapter. I will analyze this chapter through characters if it's not a problem. I think that's the best way to analyze this chapter. That's not the way I will analyze generally chapters, but I think the best way to do it is that way now. First off, I'll start with Ishin. Well, one thing I noticed very much is that Ishin's character, as we know him as Ichigo's dad, I mean in present, is very much similar to what he was when he was a captain in Soul Society, which is interesting. I always thought that Ishin's joyful, humorous, dad-like attitude was because he was hiding something, because that was a mask. And I always thought when he was a captain, he was far more strict and cold. But that's not it. He's very much joyful, very much humorous, but same like when we have seen Dayside, he's in right situation, he knows to be very calculated and very smart person. Beside that, there's nothing much to be spoken about him here. He is actually he has one characteristic that is very much similar to Ichigo. He doesn't like anyone to be hurt. That's the same way when we have seen that he have told Toshiro and Matsumoto to leave, to not come actually with him in real world. And about those two new Shinigamis, he told him to leave and not to fight because he doesn't want probably to see him killed or to be a burden to him in combat. But that's the heroic characteristic that protagonist gets in Bleach, and it's very much similar to Ichigo. And that's about it. The next one, and this is very interesting, is Masaki. Well, Masaki, we haven't really seen her character. We have seen her in, you know, past glimpses, but we have never actually seen her as a character. And what's most interesting about her, she's very much similar to Ishin. I guess that's why she was attracted to him. She's also very much joyful, very light-hearted. She likes to be humorous a lot. But same like a subtext of this chapter, Dark of the Moon, that's actually a mask. She's actually not joyful at all. You can have said that joy is the last thing she's feeling right now, and she understands what burden she has been put into her. That in that family, I mean the Ishida's family, she's just a tool to prolong the race. When she went to her room and the door closes, we can actually see how actually Masaki really feels. She feels really sad about the situation she is in. She's actually waiting for the right man to come to save her. I guess who that might be. But this is very interesting to me. I have never expected that Masaki will be nothing but a tool in the past to prolong the race, not like something like sister to Ryuken or sister to someone more important. And this is really interesting. I have never expected that. And the next character I would like to analyze is Ryuken. And this is actually far more different. Like, we have Ishin, who is very much similar in his past and his present. Ryuken is very much different in his past and his present. Why? Because as well we know in present time Ryuken is a cold and calculated man, but that's similar with this in past. But he doesn't give a damn about the Quincy's, he doesn't give a damn about the Quincy race, about the Quincy battle, he doesn't even give a damn about Shinigamis. He just wants to be a businessman, and that's what he wants Ryu to be also. But in past we can actually see that he really is interested in Quincy race, that he is really interested in prolonging it. And that's interesting. So something is going to happen that will change Ryuken for good. But as much as we know, the Ryuken actually wants to help Masaki to feel far more joyful, to feel far more better, because he believed that her joyfulness will, without that she won't be able to look positively on the Quincy race and the Quincy future. And that's a very good thing. That's why where Ryuken's mother is failing at. I understand Ryuken's mother. I mean, she is alone and all she wants to see is that the Quincy race continue and not become extinct. And she's very much afraid, the Ryuken's mother. But that's the wrong kind of a way to make someone, I don't know, help you in that objective. Ryuken knows if Masaki is feeling down, feeling sad, she will lose all motivation to prolong the race. She will lose all the motivation to be part of the Ishida's family, to be part of the Quincy future. He knows that she has to be happy in order to successfully, I don't know, raise their child, create a new generation of Quincy's, etc., etc. And he is right about it. And the only thing that we actually see, the glimpse of a present Ryuken, is when he said, no, don't get me wrong, it's not that like I care about Masaki, I only care about her future. And that's Ryuken we know. And that speech that he actually gives to a whole new character, Katagiri, the maid, is pretty interesting and pretty good. And then we got the Katagiri, the whole new character. Katagiri is a maid in Ishida's house, mansion, and there is nothing much special about her, but I actually believe that she is a Quincy. Why? Because she knows about everything about Quincy's. I mean, she knows everything. She even knows the situation Masaki is in, and she seems really concerned about Masaki. She seems really concerned about Ryuken, and in my opinion, she might really. This is not opinion. This is wild theory that she might be the Uryu's mother, because in one panel actually I have seen Ryuken looking at Katagiri and he was smiling. He was very happy that he was talking about her, and he seems really open to her, and I actually believed he has some feelings towards Katagiri. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but you know, maybe in the future Ryuken will like to marry Katagiri, and because Ryuken is, I don't know, Ishidas are, I don't know, royal family, and not royal but some high noble family, and I know Katagiri is just a maid from some low-end house. She will be unable to do that unless he breaks free of the Quincy's, Ishidas, and etc, etc. And that's pretty much interesting, because that's actually parallel a lot with the Ishin Masaki story, which is very much interesting to me. And the last character I have here to talk about is the Ryuken's mother. Well, I already said everything I have around her. Yes, she seemed very much bitchy, she feels very much cold, she feels very much disheartened, but actually I understand her at all. As I said, she's alone, she's afraid, and when she heard Masaki said that she's taking baby steps in holy training, well, she probably was very, very pissed off that she's leaving the future of Quincy to someone who is so irresponsible like Masaki. But the one thing which to me was highly interesting is that when Ryuken asks about his father, his mother says, well, he's at the 5th field, he's probably never coming back, or he's probably not coming back, or he's probably not coming home. We have met actually Ryuken's father. It's Soken, you know, the one who taught Uryu his Quincy arts and craft and sort of. And as far we have seen for reasons unknown to me, the camera has stopped recording. And I was speaking, I have told the entire review but haven't recorded it. But, well, what can I do? As I have seen in the clip, the last thing I said was about the Soken. So, as I have said, it's very much interesting that they have mentioned him. As we have seen in previous chapters, Soken was actually a very kind person, was very positive, and it was he who actually taught Uryu about his Quincy art, about Quincy crafts, and everything about that sentence screams Wanderreich. Actually, from the holy training to that 5th Feld, the 5th field, it all screams Wanderreich. Was Wanderreich active at that time? Have they actually was thinking about a lot of plans at that time? It's all very much interesting, because I don't believe that Soken is a person who would that easily join the extremist military Wanderreich. But he might also be a scientist, and he might actually be creating all these gadgets we have seen that Quincy's use. We don't know, we really don't know, it's all just guessing, but it's very much interesting. And what's left? Well, the last character I would like to talk about is Ichigo, the Hollow Ichigo. That's actually was a surprise about, I mean, I didn't expect this, and it will be very much surprised where does he come from. I mean, he's obviously not an ordinary Hollow, and he might also not be Vastolorde, or he actually might be Vastolorde, I'm not certain. But it was a surprise to me what will happen to Hollow Ichigo. Will he be purified? Will he be killed? How will he become Ichigo? How will he might be inserted in Ichigo, and what's Masaki's role in all that? It's gonna be interesting, definitely, and that's about it from the character analysis. As far as the chapter, I think it was great. I would give this chapter 7.5 out of 10. Why? Well, this chapter had very good character development, and that's what we actually wanted. We wanted this arc for so long. For so long we wanted this arc, and the way to create this arc to be good is to give to explain a lot about the characters, to explain the relationship between Ishin, Ryukin and Masaki, and to further develop those characters. Well, that would be really neat. And Ryukin's dialogue with Masaki and then with Katagiri was really good written, and was really good, and gave us explanation about the situation regarding Masaki and General Quincy's at that time, and surprise at the end was really unexpected for me. So definitely 7.5, maybe even 8 out of 10. But this was really good, really good. So that was it. That was my Bleach chapter review. Sorry for my bad English. I wish that it would be better in next reviews I will do, but this is a good training for me to speak English and review stuff. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.